Yeah, exactly that. I always look at that when it comes down to the operator bans. I think is it too predictable? The other team are going to be well prepared for it. You know, you're bringing the same things. We're going to have the Dockerby calls as well, but nobody really pushing behind those just yet. But however, Savage gets caught out big time there as he goes for a little peek on the double. Easily dealt with. We start seeing exactly why he's going to get caught from both sides. It should be a really easy closeout, but the FNAT comes to his rescue. How have they messed this up? Bliss could have had him dead immediately there. Instead, they lose one. Not the end of the world, but it's the Thermite that's gone in first.
And you can see why as well without that warden that we keep on speaking about. You're going to get punished by those flashes. At least walks away with one, but it's a 4 versus 3. Now we've got the plan coming in right behind the bomb chassis. Sage also goes in deep here as well. Groovy's found one for himself. Fisher now picking up the diffuser, but he's inside a smoke. Wedables with it all to do. He's not going to have the time. Joom continues going nuclear with a 3K. Safety vault inside, and Brando's a little bit pinned here by the player inside of Archive, so it's always going to be a bit of a half-half attack so far for Bliss, unless they can clear these players out, but Secret are clearing shop so far. One still inside of Archives, one inside of Admin to worry about, but Huddersfield with 2 against 4, it's not one of those you can pull over the finish line, Tim.
Yeah, and I like the adaptation from Secret here. They got themselves set up on the top floor. They've abandoned a lot of that utility. They've recognised, you know what, there's no push coming in here. We're going to drop away. Adrian on the mirror has moved into Archives, for example. They haven't been able to clear him out, and he's going to hurt them if they don't. He's moved himself back into Tellers for the time being, but with a minute on the clock, he's going to give it another 30-40 seconds, then he's going to be back into Archives to challenge if he needs to. They're going to come to him, so he manages to find his kill onto Sage, takes him down, and that's now 1 versus 4. Brendo has got a ton of work to do. Unlikely to find more than one, I'd have said here.
Drawing lines around Adrian at this point as well, who can just slip his way backwards, and Brendo's now left a little bit helpless. Those players are on the square side, so this isn't a conventional attack that you'd normally see. Onslaugh's too strong.
The question now is, who does the work with the Monty? Even Monty's not going to be doing the work as Wettables gets hit with a Nitro. Miracle manages to find a second. The challenge is going to come in top square, and it's going to be successful. Joom managing to pick up Brendo, and all of a sudden, this attack has fallen apart for Bliss, but coming back to that point of, like you said, the Monty on his own, who's going to get the kills there? Monty's having to risk dropping the shield, he's having to make the challenge himself. Not ideal setup from Bliss this round.
And with 3 rounds in almost now, at the point of completion for just a couple more players to go down. They've found themselves 4 kills, and it's not always about kills, of course, but when you're not able to win many of these gunfights, that starts to suggest a bit of a problem that needs to be sorely figured out. Fisher guy by himself, as Oda now hits the deck, got to do it against 5, and sadly I don't really think that's going to be the outcome they're looking for. An early tack timeout maybe to reset things here, because this game just feels completely... We'll take a second ago as to who plays a lot of ace actually for the side of Bliss. Not forgetting that ban came through, felt very targeted against Bliss. And it was Brendo and Wettables. Brendo being their top performer. Here he's stuck on the Thermite as well. Very different to be playing in this spot. You know, he's still got those 2 extra thermals he's got to make use of as well. I wonder if a degree of it's just discomfort out of what they're normally familiar with. They say that, and he still lands a nasty shot on the Thermite. Not going to complain about that. But maybe that's also playing into how this game is going. Joom really lighting this up as well. 6-0 now, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, Bliss are doing much better here. They've managed to grab a bit of ground. They have the man out in Garage, but Wettables has now been taken down. That's really big, but that is then equally unfortunate for Secret. They managed to take the man out of Garage, giving them that freedom of sight back again, and then suffer a team kill. Really not what they were looking for. Fisher guy just trying to create the space now to get in and have a look at getting that diffuser down. There's no denial on the side for Secret, so nothing that they can do about it from a distance. They're going to have to go in here and find physical gunshots in order to stop this plant going down.
Find the one that at least Brendo steps around. Forget what I said about the Thermite. He's found himself 2 in the round where Joom is still currently waiting, looking for what he can do. But Brendo's going to start his march on forward here. In he goes in towards Admin, staring in towards sight. By a matter of pixels, not seeing the man towards his right, but finds his Canton man. Still one more, though, sat on the bomb chassis that I don't think he's aware of. But in comes Otto with 1 as well. A kill back the other way. It's a 3v3 with 30 to go.
And this is it. They need to move in and get aggressive now. That's exactly what they're going to do. Order manages to pick up Adrian. Joom's taking damage as well, but 3v1, effectively 2v1 as Brendo is down. But Joom has got so much work to do here, but he only needs to hold on for 10 seconds. This is definitely winnable, but no, as he moves across. Adrian's just going to be holding his position for the time being. Drone rolls past, and Quite smartly, Adrian doesn't move. He's not going to give his position away with sound. I'm not sure that this corner has been drawn out, and it could be a big punishment and a lesson to be learnt for Bliss here as they come running in. They've not a clue. It's a freebie for Adrian. Can he find himself a second? Yes, he can. Absolutely beautiful double. Beautiful trigger discipline. Adrian doing everything he needs and getting back to side. Great play for Secret.
I was about to say that this is either going to be a play that you praise or criticize. Had Adrian had died there, the round's back in contention. But he was banking on the fact that they would bestron him.
Nice to step up a Miracle here as well before he gets trapped in by the fire, and Wedables has got it all to do in a 1v5. Really a game one, I think, off on the roam, that aggression that we've seen even from round one from Secret realistically. Yeah, looking back at Savage, back when he was upstairs very early on in the Azami, of course dying out, but it's carried on all the way through to this last round here as well. The C4 kill to start things out. The kind of like bait fallback, and they thought everyone had gone back towards site, but one player left out there, and Adrian has done enough damage there to get this one closed out without the site ever really being a point of consideration. I know it is now, but it's a 1v5. Wedables can try all he likes, but Secret would be absolute fools to throw this one away.
Yeah, it's another one of those rounds where I use that getting themselves ready. They're positioned on the hatches, the utility's there ready to go. This is going to be a 3-2-1, and then it's going to be a push, attack, get kills, and plant.
And we've got the call available from Adrian as well. None of those yet used, and I imagine as part of the execute, it should be a pretty big part of it, but still for now, staying in back pocket. Joom slowly being burnt to a crisp here. Gets himself away, but chased down by Wedables, who capitalized on the back of it. Sage has been flashed out a couple of times down here, but not too beat up about it. Miracle not being taken out by that C4, so the only one really remaining now is Oda. Can anyone stop this?
Miracle is going to get in and get that diffuser down. Can he stick this? Grubby manages to get a kill on the cover, but no, he's taken out in the absolute nick of time by Bliss. They find two more.
Savage is throwing it now. This should have happened, in my opinion, at least a minute ago.
Going to get that open up now. The SCARZ pellets will detonate. The player in elevator had actually already moved, and there is going to be a bit of space for Miracle to move on up. Grubby created even more by taking down Order, and that's going to be some Kiba barricades going along the way as well that now will not charge, will not be available with the Azami losing the life tube. Just looking for these long angles at the minute. It's going to be Savage though from top marble.
Caught him out there. Wedables still going. Brenda off the back of it as well. Down to a 3v3. 3 quick kills out of seemingly nowhere. But the side of Bliss, the Fisher guy is tearing him a new one. There's one left standing, and Joom, he's had a great game so far, but to bring it back 1v3 here might be a step too far. One hanging out towards his right-hand side. Another off towards the left, but they are giving him nothing. I'd say that's him. They've given it across to him. It's one man left. Vendetta's out, sees his man, can't quite find him. Joom has pulled out a 2-4. What that last number is, I'll just fire it. Nah, but at least now they know there's someone hanging around. Flashes are going in towards him, and Savage has really tried to make a little bit of a ballsy play happen there. In fact, the whole team did. And 3 of them suddenly completely closed out. This is Bliss's round for the taking, surely. Oh, Groovy and Joom, the last 2 left alive, though. I just look at that and just think, yeah, there's every chance this is still winnable.
It's going to be a lot of work for them, though. Wedables up on the top floor. He's looking for more challenges because he knows that that's where the push from Secret is going to be coming across from. Grubby moves across, tries to get himself to elevators, but exactly what I was saying. Wedables is well ready for this. Nice and easy. Picks up his man, and that leaves Joom out.
Oh, dear.
You're joking.
In a 1v4 with a diffuser that I don't think he's going to be able to plant.
I do what I do best. I shoot. Off he goes.
Well, he got 1v3. Why would he not try a 1 versus 4? Gets the first one now there on
hide though, man. Like, he might get a couple off it, but it doesn't matter. Oh, well, they know. They definitely know. Couldn't quite find him. Brendo's got his number in that round. Adrian, don't forget to phone home this round.
Still got 2 Dokkaebi calls.
For now.
Miracle manages to pick up Sage. Absolutely beautiful little one.
Hey!
There we go. We've got a Dokkaebi call. Adrian remembers that utility this time, and he's also going to take that important key position in garage. You're going to see why in a minute. That's the line of sight that you want. Just cutting the site in half. Gets a bit of intel as well. Sprays through into red. Adrian needs to keep himself alive here and take attention because Savage is going in meanwhile. He's got that shield on his back, and he's getting the diffuser down. He's going to stick it. Great plant from Secret, Des.
And goes so deep as well, so it doesn't matter what comes out in there. It could be C4s, it could be smokes. They're not going to find their target. And really, for me, Adrian, the difference maker here, kept them under so much pressure. Inside of red, inside of sight, nothing they can do about it. And now every Bliss player's like, yeah, let's get up there and go for it. But guess who they've got to run into? It's Joom, the raid boss. He finds 2. Won't quite manage to find the 3rd, but I feel at this point he's caused enough disruption that for these last 2 players, they can hold on here.
Yeah, you can go for the pickup there, but you're just wasting another 5 seconds, and I don't think manpower's really the issue because you've got one above, one below. It's going to be so difficult to clear out Wettables. He's just battling now, trying to find an exit frag, but that's all it's going to be because there's no time on the board to get it. He's playing it smart. He's not overextending into the corridor. He's keeping himself safe, and he's a real problem at the minute, Fresh.
And this is where that ace ban goes to fight them, though. However, Jumi's going to walk up the main stairs, but will get traded back out.
Still, Adrian's here as well to pick up the pieces off the back of that, and of course he goes nuts. Spin twin number 2 is starting to fire off, and Secret have got one more kill to find. It's FisherGuy inside of Janitor on the mirror for them to take this first map and go into their pick-up border. The last call potentially in back pocket still here. Actually, we've got an E1D. We've got a call. Adrian, hit the button, my man. Make this one a little bit easier, but he's got it, and he's found the knife to close. A 3K to close things out on map 1. They go up 1-0 in this series.
Don't worry about the phone call, Des. I think Thatcher had...
The breach, they banned away Ying and Fenrir, so at least seeing different bans coming out of them, but they'll be happy to see Bliss taking away the Ying for them. His army going to follow through as our first defensive ban, and the Soul is the last one. So very much cookie-cutter bans this time, falling down early, or simply just being rendered ineffective. But look at this, Wettables then, I was going to say, looks a little bit paralysed by target selection. Too many bodies to try and hit.
They can still do it. They've got the Capitao. The Kaz would have made it easier.
Oh dear.
But they can't keep losing men, and it can't keep being to that.
Got to have at least some awareness of what's going on in main hallway or on those east stairs. And someone paid the price for it. Sage is willingly cooking himself alive a little bit here in an attempt to try and have this gunfight on towards the top side of office. And sure enough, he's getting pushed in here again. Target selection is quite rich. Finds one, at least back the other way. 2 kills coming out for FisherGuy, actually. Groovy completely shut out of this one. Not quite sure what he's doing down here. And if he fell through the hatch or was hoping that someone would come dropping down and collect them off the back of it. But he's got it all to do here on the Capitao and simply not going to have enough to do. Bliss, a comfortable first round, and able to hold a side to yourself. You've got 2 options. Either you go above and hold it from there, or goodbye. It's not going to be long for this round, but either you go preference map, one that they're very, very comfortable to sit here and play into. Savage starting to knock on the door here, asks some questions of Otter, who hits the deck pretty much immediately, knows what's coming and just takes his skull right off. Almost gets the second as well, but Miracle at least HP in this case. Might be some hot drops straight into form of the bulletproof cameras or straight into sight lines coming out from these defenders. At least one falls down here as Miracle starts out the killing as well. Zoom into a second. Surely not, boys. Adrian's in. Plant is going down. A nice shot coming out of Sage, but he'll round the corner and finds Adrian as well. Strikes big with a 2K. And now Miracle really has got it all to do with just 10 seconds left on the clock. One outside, right sort of idea. The other above. This round is cooked. And Brendo with the closing kill.
Floor, but otherwise really struggling to get themselves in.
And the utility and the drones they're having to burn for this is ridiculous, and Sage has gone and found himself for 2 with the run out from East Stairs. Tim, East Stairs is proven to be the curse of Secret so far. They're constantly being deleted from this location because they aren't taking control of it early in the game. A drone there might just be enough, but boys, these are basics that you're falling on down here, and they're really taking you to task. For a second, it looked like maybe a recovery was on the cards in a 2 versus 2, but with Savage falling down, Groovy's got it all to do against 2. No way. No way. This is why you spray on the soft walls, and now it's down to Oda to hold out. I tell you what, I've seen
a freebie onto Savage, which now leaves us in the 1v1. They had to rely on a little bit of luck to get there, with Grubby just spraying through the wall, picking a man up, but with 13 seconds left to go, Oda holds his angle, knows where the pressure's pushing Bliss back a little bit, but they can't give themselves away. Brendo able to just get up at work, and they're forcing Bliss to think about it. June just trying a sneaky little position underneath, looking for one up the hatch, but Oda goes in, manages to pick up Savage. Adrian is there for the trade, and Secret have done a good job of this time around, keeping themselves on top of that manpower advantage that they've got. Grubby goes in for the plant, has to back out, but he's going to go for it again. 30 seconds left to go, and Secret are looking good for their first round as Doom does manage to pick up Sage. Wettables, he's on a couple of HP and a dream here. Sees the back of Doom, can't find the kill. They know where he's coming from though, and Grubby space that they need to be able to think about getting plant down here. They need the vertical to begin with, and they're not going to get it if they give Oda 3 kills. You know, he peeks around the corner, picks up Savage. It's predictable when that wall has been opened up. He knows that somebody's going to be walking in on that right-hand side. There wasn't much of a challenge there, and it again just suggests a little bit of a lack of intel for Secret. Like, you know, they weren't necessarily aware the swing was going to come through, but the intel is there for Bliss. We saw them place a Valkyrie camera up there. They were watching it. Sage manages to pick up the Nitro kill. It's as easy as that.
That is being picked off Tim so comfortably here. You know, the kill, the drop away, a C4 into a second. 2 players dead there without so much as a whisper on the side of Secret, and it looked like maybe in a 4 versus 4 they could start to balance this round out. But no Doom, no party potentially, unless Miracle can make something happen. Finds 1 for himself. Still 3 more to find though, and a good amount of time to do it in, admittedly.
Adrian is going to drop the smoke and then drop in himself. Look to see if he can get this plan down, but there's no way without the cover. Sage knows that. Sprays him down through the soft wall, and it's all up to Miracle now. 1 versus 3. No E1D scans to his name, so he has nothing but his rifle to try and get this done.
Bit too much to do, I'm afraid, and the gunfight so far have all at least been going Bliss's way. He's going to get shot from 2 directions here, maybe even 3 if someone else joins the party. Talking about it, Border is most tackling in Mapless for us for a reason. This aggression is so important in the early round to try and keep them at the building for as long as you can.
Can't seem to get through this utility around these reinforcements to get into a position to take a favourable gunfight.
Nice.
It's going to take an explosive moment, and that's what Brendo delivers. Manages to get in, take down Adrian in sandwich, leaves us 3 versus 4.
Got to be careful about behind him here as well. There was a player on 90 who could yet try and work his way up behind him, and I think he's half expecting it. Groovy's still playing relatively passive for now, though, and just letting Brendo play this aggressive angle. The rest of them kind of convinced they've got it. They can lock this one down. He wins this 1v1. It's a very different conversation. Gets 1. Flicks for the Valk. Almost finds him as well. But the Valk does get the down here. Savage holding inside the side, being swung by another. Will he find his man? Yes, he will. Miracle with a close at the same time. And Secret going to try and make this one happen as well. Up towards his left, there's a player tucked in, doesn't know too much about it. They've got the sandwich cover as well, and Savage is taking the long way around, but he's going for his man. Almost misses every single shot going, but it's enough to put him on his backside and gets to close off onto Otter at the same time. Adrian into another, this kind of 2-sided entry, coming into Archives, coming into the West Wall. Everything is surprised the side of Bliss here into a 4v2. Feel the Secret need to get it closed out, but Brendo, while he still breathes, is giving nothing away. Knows that someone tucked in, but shoot the booty, my man! Down goes Groovy, a 2v2, a C4 over the top. It's going to finish him off. Sage onto a triple. What a half he's been building into as well. But now Brendo's got to do it all. Doom, I believe, is on about 1 HP at this point, Tim. It's perfectly winnable, but that diffuser's going to go down here as the flashes keep him away. Have to try and work some real magic, because they'll just drop away here and potentially play the vertical.
Yeah, this round's been a little bit nicer from Secret. I know it was a little bit of a rush, but it's kind of what you felt like they needed. Surely he's not going to be able to get away with this behind the reinforcement. He's waiting for the push, but I think there might have been an opportunity. No, he's just out there on the balcony.
He gets sprayed through the soft wall behind here, yeah.
100% sure on his position, but yeah, coming in from top metal. Manages to find the kill. June picks it up. In any further gunfights, Order, however, is creeping up the metal stairs. Oh, Secret aware of this? I'm not too sure they are. And the kill is actually going to come in from Grubby. He manages to get one before Order can do anything about it. Brendo taken down, but that's not
going down. I don't think he'll have got rid of all the mirror windows. Is now the main concern. You might turn towards the Ace, for example, and say, well, he can do it too. Absolutely, but if you bring the Ash for that exact purpose to help deal with that, that's no longer going to be an option. Savage in this power position where we saw Brendo spending most of the first half has got himself a kill, but Otter's really keeping his team in this round, Tim, 3v3.
Yeah, and Secret need to be careful here. They are very reliant on that verticality, and they need to make sure they use it. And as I say that, Miracle does exactly that, does his job, gets the kill onto Order, and they can't be too confident of just being inside here. Sage tries to move in, but Savage, he's been great this round. He's backed up a number of positions. He's been very flexible. He's moved around. We saw Grubby lose the half wall when he got killed on the mirror. Who goes in there? Savage. And then when the push is coming into Armory, who's backing his teammate up? Savage. He's moved across. He does get taken out now, but his work is done for the round. Fisher guy, he's going to try and get one down on the threshold there, but the information is easily acted upon. Miracle gets his kill, and Secret getting themselves established and using those verticals, and Secret have certainly shown an ability to do that. And Grubby once again picks up an entry onto Order. He keeps doing it. I think that's 3 in a row now.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's kind of a trend that's starting to build there. He gets the entry, they walk away with the round win, right? That's if they can convert this round. At least one coming back the other way as Adrian just domed away there. 4v4. Fisher also now falling down as well. Savage again. That name keeps on coming on our lips, Tim. He's doing so much work in these rounds. Some names to work their way through, but that's simply not going to be an option for them. Watch him swing here and get a kill onto Brendo after Brendo's committed so much time in trying to make him move. It's just not happening.
Comes around the corner and exactly that. Doom, just the patience pays dividends. Grubby for the nitro down from inside. Customs is looking for the peek out of detention, I think that is to begin with. But it's going to be Adrian who gets that. The focus, you know, definitely doesn't seem quite as intense. The aggression has been tempered over the last few rounds, and there you go. Nothing will temper aggression like a nitro coming out of Miracle to hit Fisher Guy. Find ourselves now 5 versus 3.
He's now down to half HP, being hassled from East Airs, I believe, as well. Yep, we've got Adrian dancing around there. Secret are just... 2 halves to a game of Siege.
Different gravy in the second half there.
Always say it.
Absolutely different gravy. Oda manages to pick up Adrian, so that gets something going for Bliss at least. They need to build from here. They do have time on their side, that is something, and they are kind of together. They're on the same side of the map at least, although saying that Oda is going to drop underneath. We just see his silhouette disappearing there. Not sure where he's going to reappear, but for the time being, it's going to be the Glaz of Wettables who's just trying to get some angles in towards side. But Secret, they just need to play this smart, Des. They've got a minute to go. They're 4 versus 2. That's exactly what they need to do. Just get the reinforcement. You know, maybe a long-range engagement, but just don't give them anything here. Just force Wettables to move into your line of sight now.
It just feels like Bliss are fighting the ghost of the first half. Like, the same amount of aggression coming out of Secret that we saw from Bliss is really punishing them. And yet we always ask these kind of questions like, hey, you've employed this exact kind of tactic yourself. It doesn't make it any easier to deal with, but you would hope at least have a bit of a stronger idea. A nice shot there onto Savage, who was desperate to get the closing kill of the round there. He already found the prior one. Probably at least forgiven by his team here, given it is a 1 versus 4. So as we always say, the disciplined thing to do is to sit back here, wait for the crossfire, as we just found. Where the hit comes through. Again, not forgetting that this is about that top floor control. It's not about that being the site, but I mean, you know there's probably going to be a guy in half wall, and you just give him Doom an absolute freebie. It wasn't an instant headshot. There was a good few shots coming out there. They paid the price. They've got the trade, sure, but you've gone 1 for 1. Doom will take that every day of the week.
Oh, 100%. To grab another kill here or there, give themselves a bigger advantage because Bliss,
man, they can see it, man.
Find this tough. In goes the EMP, there goes the rotation to come in through main door instead, but here comes the retake of the verticals. Miracle has made a smart play there. Oda is getting the diffuser down, but is likely to be taken out. It's going to be Adrian who finds him, and it's going to be Team Secret who are our first quarter-finalists, our first guaranteed competitors on